blessings to everyone in the collective. I hope I found you in high vibrational energy. I just couldn't burp when I started the messages repeatedly. So hopefully there's a message from the divine. Not even hopefully. I feel like there's a message for a lot of you in collective from the divine. I want to say thank you to everyone that has supported the channel. I thank you to everyone that has not only subscribers, watchers, viewers, likers, sharers, people that resonate with the message. But I thank you to those of you that continue to come back and support the channel. Y'all, I love that y'all subscribing. I love that y'all supporting the channel. That lets me know that my messages have power to them and they mean something to you, that they are resonating with more and more of you. So it really means a lot. Again, I love being of service to the collective, and I love doing what it is that I do when I give out the messages, okay? We only grow through learning and shared experiences of trial and error, okay? Um, Nobody is perfect in the world. We all will go through the motions of being karmic, and then we go through our dark nights of the souls, the healing and the ascensions. And, a lot of us try to hide our pain. Um, that's why I like to try and be as transparent as I can on my channel collective. I no longer feel bad about anything in my life. Things that once plagued me, that once ached me, that once made me feel ashamed, things that people said about me, they no longer bother me anymore. I know that me being transparent through those things and sharing those things with you in the collective, it allows for people to, it allows for a lot of y'all to speak with your voice, your power. Okay. Um, just never be ashamed of what you've been through in life collective. Okay. Never be ashamed. It's nothing to be ashamed of that you've went through and made it out of, to share with others, to even look back on. It's nothing to be ashamed about. All I can say today, how I'm feeling right now, it's been a really, really good day, y'all. Um, Ancestors of my highest good, spirit guides, guiders, guardians, protectors, all alike, gods and goddesses of my highest good, highest self, most high God, source, multidimensional being, universal beings, celestial beings, primordial beings of my highest good, all alike, both known and unknown, named and unnamed, remembered and yet to be remembered, venerated and yet to be venerated. I say unto all of you, power I give to all of you, all the energies I have called upon, so long as your energy is of my highest good. I allow you to tap into my energy at this time, or allow me to tap into your energy, or both, to give out the best messages possible to the collective. Let's make it a good message. Let's make it a message of truth, clarity, peace, awareness, confirmation, and encouragement. Because I feel like I should, so let it be. And so it is. Also, all the energies that I have called upon, please remove all negative and low vibrational energies, both known and unknown, that wish to interfere with the delivery of this message to the collective, so that I can give out the highest aspects of this particular message for whomever needs to hear it in the collective. Thank y'all for watching, tuning in, and tapping in. Okay. So, collective, it's been a good day. It's been a good week, you know. Um, I just want to say, be as kind as you can as much as possible. I'm not saying go out of your way to be kind to people, but what I'm saying is, if you can't be kind to a person, like, don't make other people wear your pain. If you can't be kind to a person or people, you don't have to go out of your way to be hateful and spiteful towards them. And this is for those of you in the collective that are wondering how to move the energy of the you healing through the hurt around. Okay, if you can be as kind to a person as you can. You don't have to go out of your way and be overly kind. Just be kind, um, because it's just the right thing to do. Okay, but that also helps you heal. A lot of people don't. I don't hear a lot of people saying that, but that helps you heal. It's not fake kind. It's not fake nice. It's that you are being as kind as possible as you can, especially going through the hurt and pain. That does provide you a level of healing. It does boost up your healing here. And if you find yourself in a situation or around a person or people where you can't be kind to them, don't go out of your way to be hateful or spiteful towards them. You just simply exit that situation, that environment, move around from those people. A lot of us have, I'm gonna say this from my standpoint. I have every reason to be the most vile, diabolical, disgusting, devilish, hateful, spiteful, resentful person. I have every reason. Every reason. Trust me, beyond what people could think. I know people get it misconstrued because I don't look like what I've been through, but I have every reason in the book to be a terrible person. And I just simply choose not to, you know? So I just choose to be kind to people because of myself from the inside, looking outwardly, right? I just be kind to people because you never know what people smile through. You never know what people smile through. You a lot of people in the collective, for you in the a lot of you in the collective, people don't know what you've been through, and this is not even just a matter of um, be careful how you treat people because you never know when you're entertaining an angel, but it's more, this is more so leaning on the side of you don't know what people have to find a piece of joy, a piece of happiness out of every day in their life in order just to smile. You just don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the energy. You just don't know. Like some people, like quite a bit of people in the collective, like life has been quite shitty to you. And then you get to this point where you overcome those things. You live to see another day, okay? And you find the most minute piece of joy, happiness out of shitty environments. Wherever you live, it may not be the best. You may have a lack of income, or your income is, all over the place. Like, your living situation may not be the best or the most stable. Your relationships, you may be alone, okay? You may you may have suffered, trigger warning, you may have suffered through a lot of abuse, masculine or feminine. You may suffer through ridicule. You may go through a lot of things and still yet You never know who is going through those things behind closed doors. And they still not just falsely wear a smile on their face, they find something to smile about. And then people go out of their way because they hate that you are joyful. They hate that you have found something joyful through all the turmoil, the chaos, the trauma, the pain, the degradation. They go out of their way to knock a smile off your face that you already struggled to find a reason to put that smile on your face. Like I had this, like when I was growing up, I was in middle school. My best friend, best friend, best friend. If I ever really said somebody was my best friend in my life, she would be one. Okay, grew up, met her in middle school. We went all the way through high school together. Here, best friend, and she was the most sweetest, kindest, most polite, most honest, most nurturing, most compassionate, most embracing friend I've ever had. If you ever remember a friend, it'd just be that one friend or some friend. Like she in my life, in my 40 years, like that was my real friend. The only one that I could ever say I really had ever, 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 ever. And she was like that, but you never if you met her, how bubbly she was, how bright and like perky she was all the time, like you would never know that she was an adopted child, and her foster parents, they just had her because they were getting a check for her, and like she suffered at home. She suffered. She suffered at home, but she was my best friend. And I've never met a friend like her. I've never had a friend since her like her. She died in a very, very bad car accident. So my prayers, my blessings, my rest in heavens go to her. Came up to be very accomplished here, bro. And I'll never forget it. Like when I left my really abusive relationship, when I left from Indiana to come here to Arkansas. But before I was gonna come here to Arkansas, I was leaving Indiana, and I just wanted to get away from him so bad, and I hadn't talked to her in like years, bro. And she had moved to Houston, Texas, and I have family there. So I ended up reaching out to her, and I mean, she went out of her fucking way to find a realtor for me that could find a house in the price range that I could afford for the income that I had coming in. She went out of her way for me, even though I hadn't talked to her since for like it had been like 6 years since I had talked to her. And she went out of her way immediately and found me a realtor, put me in touch with the lady to have, she was looking for me places to stay. Different rentals for the bedroom size I'm looking for, the income price, the areas. And she even went out of her way to let me know about this area, that area. Like, bro, like but she had the worst home life. A lot of us did around in that area. A lot of us did. A lot of us did. But you would never know what home was like for her. And so instead of leaving, when I left from there, instead of going to Texas to reconnect with her, my grandmother convinced me to come here to Arkansas. And then my friend died the next year. in a terrible car accident. Anyways, and that's not to do a sob story. What I'm saying is, my point is, you just don't know. You just don't know. I don't care. Stop judging people by how they look. You don't know what people's home life is. Some people really are bubbly. They find the joy in living. They find the joy in having another day, another chance at life, another chance to succeed at something or overcome something. And they find that joy out of the rubble of trauma, the rubble of a horrible home life and environment, upbringing. They find that joy. They dig and sift through piles of fucking misery, of pain, emotional, mental, physical pain, to find a reason to smile. And still, people go out of their fucking way to knock a smile off of a person's face because they just simply don't like that you can be happy through it all. And so, like, if you can't be kind to a person, don't go out of your way to be hateful or spiteful towards a person or do something to them. And just simply be kind. It is not easier said than done. You simply just don't have to go. You just don't have to be mean to people. If I have to be mean to you, I'm going to exit. Or I'm going to remove you from the situation, myself from the situation, or the environment. That's it. I'm not going out of my way to go off on you. And trust me, if I step out of myself, out of character, in order to come for people, trust me, it definitely is warranted. Right. It definitely, like, some of us just want to keep our peace. I just don't, I'll never really quite, I mean, I do overstand why people go out of their way to, it's like groups of people. They click together because they just hate that you are you. They hate that you are you, that you've been through what you've been through, and then you got the nerve to smile through it. Oh no, we gotta do something about that. I can never understand. I'm trying to, and this is why I say collective. A lot of times you'll hear me mention I take mental notes, but I also take real notes on pen and paper. I collect data. I am trying to figure out what entity it is that plagues people to be so vigilant, so diligent, to go out of their way, get together with people to knock the smile off your face because you had the nerve to fucking smile through destruction. That's beyond, for those people, that's beyond a mental disorder. That's beyond a mental disorder. That is an entity. Because I just don't see me waking up every day and be like, who fucking life can I ruin today? Like, who can I make miserable? I don't even seek revenge on people that have come for me. I just don't. I feel like revenge is beneath me. I feel like revenge is beneath me. And that can make a lot of people shitty in the collective who watch me from fake accounts, who troll me and stuff, or troll you. But this is from my standpoint, collective. I think revenge is tacky, and I think it's beneath me. I know it's beneath me, and I think it's tacky and distasteful and dishonorable. I really do. Those people have attachments. They are possessed. They are possessed with the spirit of pain, of chaos, of turmoil, of destruction. It's beyond mental illness. It's not just narcissism, bro. It's an entity. And this is a big one. This entity, it's like an accumulation of all these different unhealed wounds, character, all these different character flaws and stuff that have built up over hundreds of years, thousands of years, that people don't, the lack of accountability that adds into this entity what it is. This is like, I don't know. This is why I talk about the uncomfortable things over here, because we're going to get that shit out. No, one way or another, we're going to get the uncomfortable things out to get that out of the way so it doesn't become buried and then start building up in the darkest parts of us and manifesting into some horrible entity in our lives. Be kind to people. Bro, like, I think people be really thinking like it's for show or it's for play. Like when I go places, I am respectful, kind, polite. I smile at people. How are you today? Good. Like I don't, especially if a person has a bad attitude, bro. I can't tell you how many times I've been on the phone customer service with any company. And, it's typically like a company where people usually call and yell at them. And the lady answers, or a man, so typically a lady answers the phone, and you can hear the drab in their voice, how they've been drugged down by irate ass customers, screaming, yelling at them, cursing them out. I simply am polite. I'm calling in to customer service. I have an issue, obviously, if I'm calling to customer service. That means that the person on the phone, on the other end that answers my call is used to dealing with customers that have an issue that they need resolved. I don't need to be that's established. That's common sense. That's common ground. I don't need to be irate, screaming, anger, yelling at them because I have a problem. I have to be as cool, calm, and collective with that person to allow them to zen out or level out their energy from dealing with angry customers all day who have issues. Allow them to bring themselves to a state of emotional calm here so we can work together and fix the problem. Therefore, lessening my issue or resolving my issue. And I can't tell you how many people are like, I thank you so much for being nice to me. Like, you don't even know, like this. I know they shouldn't say that, but like, I get that all the time. When I'm in person, excuse me, please and thank you. How you doing? This and that. I would greatly appreciate. Like, bro, like it's not hard. It's not hard. I could be a bitch. I could be a total bitch. I just don't want to be. I don't feel like there's no need for me to continue my hurt and pain and anger within me and then make other people wear my pain. I just don't. This is why it's important for us to heal. I pray for healing for myself as well as everyone in the collective who needs it, so long as you are trying, so long as, I ask God to search our hearts at any and all given times. Confirmation with the bird. We're going to start with my my index cards. Look at this at the bottom. Law of inspired action. Remember, how you act or how you portray your person, not how people perceive you, okay? But how you portray yourself, first and foremost, especially at the first point of contact, first impression. That is the action, okay? Everything else that comes after that is, not everything, but most things is contingent upon how you show up in the world, how you show up in everyday life, how you show up to people. And I can be sarcastic. I can be a smart ass here, But it still don't change when I walk out when I'm in home with my children, when I walk out that door, when I encounter people, when I go to do my daily errands, chores, duties, whatever it is. I'm not going to go into depth about that because people are always attacking, you know. You don't start seeing a lot of people in this world collective. I don't know if y'all seeing it or not, but a lot of people in this world, like, you don't start seeing them go through some real crazy shit. And I mean, like, really, this is where you're going to be able to decipher, distinguish whether or not that person is going through karma from God, by God, or if that person is being attacked. You're going to know. And you do this based off of your interaction, your what you see, not just what you see about a person, but what you feel about a person. When you encounter a person, I always consider the fact that how is this person showing up to me? I mean, again, I'm not going to show up in the world like I'm just going to go out and just be hateful to everybody. Like, I can't do that. It's so exhausting. Even if I get in that energy, yeah, no. I meditate and fast after I snap. I meditate and fast after I go off. If I have a crash out, and they aren't often, but if I have a crash out, now me checking somebody is not a crash out. I'm gonna say what needs to be said because I used to be a person who would hold it all in, who wouldn't speak up for herself because nobody taught me how to. Okay? Nobody taught me how to speak up for myself. Nobody taught me that I should speak up for myself. So I will say what needs to be said when I need to stand up for myself. I'm learning that. I'm applying that. I'm constantly learning that. So that's different. But if I have a crash out, I meditate and fast after. It's the only way to calm me. Only way. That's another reason why I don't go out of my way to just be heinous. But, you know, you show up to, you encounter a person. I look at how they are showing up. If they're angry, they probably going through some stuff. So there's no need for me to be angry back. That just makes the situation angrier. That just makes the energy between the two, the encounter, the interaction, the communication, it just makes it angrier. It just makes it worse. It builds up. And we're constantly, the longer that we are exchanging this anger, we're building up the anger, the pressure of the anger that is exchanged back and forth. I exchange anger to you, you get angrier. It builds up. You are angrier at me, I get angrier. It builds up. You see what I'm saying? And this is a back and forth thing. So when I encounter people that are angry, if I cannot diffuse the situation, or if I just can't say a few kind, polite words, you never know how you doing? You okay? You had a good day? And I've been encountering people like that all week, bro. Like people have been extremely kind to me. And it's unnormal for me. Like, I'm used to being that person, but it's unnormal for me. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that. Prayer goes a long way. It does. I feel like if you pray for something, your wish is being granted, collective. You're going to pray for something in the winter time here, okay? Your wish is being granted. Prayer goes a long way. And Spirit is telling you, don't stop. It's important that you don't stop. Listen to that voice of reason here and forgive yourself. And sometimes, collective, like, and I'm going to say this, one of the things that needs to be acknowledged with being kind all the time, and we're not going to be kind all the time. Sometimes we're going to have our bad days, but we still can control ourselves and how we choose to show up in the world during our bad days. If we can't show up right and be kind to people, we feel like we're going to go off on people. Just be go in a hermit mode or be as separated from people as possible until you calm down or get gain a more stable and calm energy. And sometimes collective, I know it'd be like you look back and be like, you feel stupid for being kind to people that really didn't deserve it. Don't think it was for nothing. Don't think it was for nothing. Don't feel stupid because you were kind to somebody and they played with that. Don't feel stupid because you were kind to somebody and they responded to you with anger, hatred, bullying. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel stupid. You don't know how we're being watched. Our deeds in situations where we could have exploded, went the hell off, cursed somebody out, had anger, whatever. I don't feel short there plenty of times, plenty of times. Just yesterday when that idiot got on my live and said silly stuff like you go out of your way to come onto somebody's channel to be a troll. Like sometimes I just don't. A lot of times I ignore it, but in that occasion, I didn't. Okay. But I don't feel stupid for being kind to anybody and they played on my top like, that's you. God taking notes. No, God is, you're racking up those points with God, or you're losing points, with God, right? He's taking notes at any and all given times. Like, you think you're going to live a life and have people that are kind to you, that really love you, if you played with somebody's heart that loved you, if you were mean to somebody that was kind, if you went out of your way to knock a smile off a person's face, all because you just don't like that they are happy here, you think that you're going to ever get the chance to genuinely have that again? They won't. I never feel stupid for being me, for showing up how I am each and every day, all the time. I don't feel bad. Nobody can make me feel terrible. Nobody can hold anything about my past from over my head here. I show up as me. I'm me behind closed doors, off camera, on camera, out here in this world. I'm like this. Contingent upon the person. But I rarely allow myself. Okay. Me, my light bodies, my higher self, my middle self, my lower self. I never allow myself to get out of character to the point where it's a whole, I said never, rarely, because that's a lie. That's a lie. I do allow myself to get out of character. Hold on. Let me rephrase those words in the sentence, okay? Rarely. But I do get out of character. I definitely do. So, we have heart here. High places. See what I'm saying? Don't think that your good heart is going unnoticed. Your good deeds go unnoticed. How kind you are to people goes unnoticed. Don't ever think that. You're in powerful. We got 777, and then we have powerful manifester here. It fell on the floor. I'm not going to take it. Holy Spirit, divine, highest self. What does the divine want to say to the collective? Words of encouragement, truth, peace, clarity, awareness, confirmation. Spirit says, look at you winning. And winning don't always have to look like Leroy Adams. You talking about show us the money? Yeah. It don't always look like money, and sometimes it do. It depends on you, the situation, the deed, where you were placed at that call for you to have self-control. Because a lot of people don't have self-control. They don't have discipline. They don't have self-love, self-respect. They don't have self-control either. Winning could be, look at you winning. That could be like, look at you winning because you kept your heart space open here. Okay? With that heart in high places, like your heart remained, like maybe you a lover, maybe you like me, you love love, you love loving people, you love, maybe you never had anybody to love you the way you love them, but you love the idea of possibly, potentially having someone to love you in that manner. And you don't want to encounter somebody like that, like you, and your heart space be closed, and you let all the past heartache close your heart off, and blind you to a person who's sent towards you that's just like you, loves just like you, loves even more, and will love you that way. That could be the winning. Keeping your heart space open through all of that. Being able to sift through the rubble of the trauma, the trials and tribulations, the pain, the heartache, the disappointments, and finding a piece of joy in there that allows you to put a smile on your face and keep your energy, your vibrations high. That's winning. That allows us to be in this energy of manifestation. This February is a very significant month. I don't know why, but it just keeps coming up. 21st, February 21st, 22nd. Okay. Master transmutation or transmuter. You're a high priestess. You don't get to high priesthood, high spiritual ranking here with a closed heart chakra. Without your heart chakra being lighter than a feather. That's not there in those hieroglyphics for nothing. Like all the instructions that we are to, not that we are to abide by, but that we should abide by, they're there in those hieroglyphics. That's what that stuff is depicting. They're instructions. It's an instruction manual etched in stone on how it is advised that we should go through life daily, monthly, yearly, the fasting. It's all there. It depicts that. And it depicts the rewards, the gifts, the wins, the outcomes, the healing, the ascension, the unlocking of certain things. Those hieroglyphics depict that. You don't become a high priestess with a closed heart chakra. And that's why I've been wondering about this whole, like when I do my readings and I pick up on collective, I pick up on like dark high priestess. I'm trying to figure out like in the manner that I pick them up, because there's a such thing as having your heart open, but you could have a bloodline lineage or come from a bloodline lineage of Anubis, or the underworld. That is darkness, but it's not, the underworld is not a bad thing. Nothing is inherently good or bad. It is contingent upon the person and how they show up in the world or how they use the energy in a situation, in an environment. So when I be reading up on like these dark high priestesses that be attacking like light workers and stuff like that, I'm like, how did they get spiritual gifts? Like those people gotta be possessed. I just don't. You gotta embody. You have to have a heart light enough for you to contain the essence of the spiritual gifts. That's just it. The blessings, the wins, the healing. High priestess, I don't know. But you did this by focusing on self-care. Again, you may be a person in the collective that has realized you can't control anything or anyone. You can't control the outcome of anything. The only thing that you can do is control yourself and brace yourself for impact to be able to handle whatever is thrown your way and handle it in the best manner. Self-care. High priestess. Heart. high places. Look at you winning. Frustration is normal. Don't ever let nobody think, don't ever let nobody say, oh, you always so kind. And then the moment that you go off because you're sick of being kind, everybody is allowed a little backtrack when we have to snap on people, or we have to let people know I'm kind, but I'm not weak. I'm kind, but I'm not naive. I'm kind, but I'm not dumb. I'm kind, but I'm not gullible. I'm kind, but I'm not a doormat. I'm kind, but I'm not a punching bag. I'm kind, but I'm not your emotional trauma dumping ground. And the moment that you come out of that kind energy to stand your ground and let people know that, they be like, yeah, I knew collective was not kind. I knew they weren't like that. No, that you are like that. Frustration is normal. That's where the frustration is coming from. But validation is really not about other people. It's about self-care. Focus on self-care. You may be a person that needs to focus on self-validation. You know how many people validate me every day? None. None. And there may be some people that validate me, but I wouldn't know because I don't look for external validations anymore. I used to all the time, because I grew up very, very, very deprived. Very. You don't know what people don't know what you have to smile through. There's something here about $17,000. Somebody may need to play the lottery too. I did pick that up earlier. I don't know. I don't really play the lottery, so I may go get a ticket every now and then. But yeah. It's not that I don't think that I'm a winner. I just don't, I don't play it like earlier. During my daily duties, let me call it that. Because if I reveal too much, people start doing bullshit. So earlier during my daily duties, we was all in the group and they was asking like, what y'all gonna do this weekend? And it was 4 of us, right? And all 3 of them, they was like, oh yeah, we going to the casino. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, the casino is. They was like, do you go to the casino? And I was like, no, the casino is cool and stuff. It's all right. And they was like, what? You don't like the casino? No, I don't like going losing my money. The fuck you mean? Like, no. You may go to the casino here and win some money here. 17,000 you may hit. But yeah, they was talking about the casino and stuff like that. And they was talking about playing. They was like, yeah, I don't play them little penny slots and dollar machines. Like, I go to the big dogs. And I'm like, oh my God, that just sounds like no. Like, I go to the casino and I lose $20. It's over. Like, and I'm not a cheapskate. I'm not in lack. I'm just saying, like, I'm not losing my money. What do you mean? But Spirit is calling for you to surrender, release, heal, then attract. So heavy attraction energy here. And that could be what the energy that you've been in lately. You surrendered, you released things you can't control, you healed through it, and now you're in this energy of attraction here. You also may feel like that you're not, let me tell you something, collective. Just because you snap out every now and then or have a little crash out, frustration is normal. That doesn't mean that you're unhealed. That's for somebody in the collective. That doesn't mean that you're unhealed. Healed people still healing. Let's get that straight. You're never healed. You're never fully healed. Healing. We always want to strive because we live on a plane of push and pull. We live on a plane of many trials and tribulations. We're going to go through stuff. It's inevitable. Only thing constant is change. We're going to encounter things, right? So we are never going to be fully healed. We are always constantly healing because we are always evolving, always growing. We're always in the energy of healing. You just become more healed today than you were yesterday. So if you get frustrated or have a crash out or snap out on somebody or have to tell somebody where to put it every now and then because you get freaking tired, that doesn't mean you're not healed. Don't let nobody rob you of that and say, see, I knew you weren't kind. See, I knew you weren't healed. See, I knew you were wearing a mask. See, I knew that wasn't the real you. See, I knew you were just like you were in the past. See, I knew nothing's changed about you. Don't let anybody tell you that.
15 to time. We got to be there at 10:25.
Okay. Looks like you better set your alarm. I'm pretty sure I'll be up, but because remember, people go out of their it's hard to keep a smile on your face when you become aware of the fact that people go out of their way to knock your smile off your face. Like, damn, you know how hard I worked just to smile today? You know how long it's been since I haven't smiled, since I haven't been depressed, since I haven't been having panic attacks, having bad anxiety, mood swings. You know how long it has been since I've just now found a piece of joy to smile through that stuff. And so I know you get frustrated. Man, it's like I said yesterday on my live yesterday. I said I start getting to the point where I already know I'm in this Zen mode, cool, calm, collective. I show up to the world like this. Okay? I'm not going to be a negative addition to this world. And I see people coming. I know there's people coming towards me, men, friends, everybody, like coming towards me because, they done, clicked up with somebody behind the scenes and they send this person towards me, pay them a couple dollars, give them a promotion, and come towards me and like play on my top, like come and love bomb me and see if they can knock the joy off my face. So like, of course I be frustrated. Most times I just allow them to just dig their own graves, dig their own ditches here, fall in their own traps and pits here. And I still show up kind. That's me. There's no karma for me. If you fuck yourself up, there's no karma for me. But I can't say that it doesn't get exhausting. And because it is exhausting all the time, I get frustrated. And I do have crash outs. I mean, I do have crash outs and they be pretty bad. I don't get violent. It doesn't get violently physical, but I do have crash outs. But that don't mean that I'm not healed. And also people are going to come towards you to try and trigger you, try and rage bait you to crash out. So they can say, see, collective's not healed. They crashed out. Just so they can justify what they have already done to you, whether it's in your face or behind your back. And a lot of people will come towards you because they know you have blessings coming, abundance, and if they can rage bait you and get you to crash out, it puts you in a lower vibrational energy, and it affects your heart space, and it affects the vibration of manifestations. Self-care, self-control. What else does the divine? Look, Spirit is saying you are beautiful. Inside and out. Inside and out. Your healing radiates from the inside out. You may notice your skin clearing up. You may notice, I don't know. You may notice all kinds of things. Your hair growing. You may notice your skin glowing. You may notice that your skin is a lot softer as well, masculine, feminine. You may notice your nails growing, your natural ones. You may start noticing a lot of things. You may notice that you can hear better, you breathe better, you smell better, things taste better. That's what healing does to you. It radiates from the inside out. And then it's magnified out. As much as we can, collective, as much as you can, stay in the energy of cool, calm, and collective. You can this is what this your beautiful is. Like your spirit is shining here. Okay. Yep. You're getting an upgrade. An upgrade is coming. That's another thing that causes frustration in us, right, collective? Especially when we're surrendering, releasing, healing, and we know that we're in this high vibrational energy of attracting what it is that we're praying, and we're, keeping our spiritual energy clean. We're trying to keep clean thoughts. We're trying to, eat a little healthier, be a little bit more productive throughout the day. And we're like, when's the upgrade happening? When's the breakthrough coming? That causes frustration too. But that is also, that frustration also comes when you're waiting on these things, or when you're expecting these things. The frustration comes to make you uncomfortable, to get you out of your comfort zone, to allow you. It's almost like shifting. If you drive a stick shift, it's almost like shifting from one gear to another gear. Okay? Got to hit that clutch, pop that bitch into the next gear. But sometimes that mother like, apply a little gas, apply a little pressure. Because sometimes we can only heal to a certain extent by ourselves. A lot of the times with that attract, the manifestation, the money, the heart space, the high ranking here, the high priestess energy, we can only heal so much by ourselves. There's a huge portion of our healing that requires a soul tribe, a soul family, real love, like real love, not just a lover, husband, wife, but people that love and support us here, that are also focused on self-care, that are also in the energy of surrendering, releasing, healing, and attracting. We're not going to do all the healing by ourselves, okay? So if you are experiencing frustration, and you know that you have been on your healing journey for quite some time, collective, or even in a short period, because everybody is going to be different. It's probably because it's time for you to attract that look at you winning. This could be you attracting people like you finally. So don't allow yourself to get too frustrated, to lower your vibration and remove you from the vibrational field or frequency of attracting people like you. Because that's a portion of abundance too. Abundance looks like that too. There's so many things that I can think of besides money that I can relate to prosperity and abundance. Not just a whole bunch of other things besides money. Money is one of them. Don't get me wrong, collective. Like, I just don't want people to be focused on that. But money is out here on the table here. Maybe this money will come to you in the form of a person, a contract here. Somebody who is aligned with your vibrational frequency. Maybe you might go out on a date with somebody and go to the casino here and win. There's an upgrade happening. Hi, New. You said hi, I'm new, so I assume that's your name. No, I'm just joking. You're having look, all that high vibrational energy. You're beautiful. You know why? You have this unicorn power about you. You can have a unicorn type of aura. You can have a very pastel. You can have a very pastel rainbow-like aura around you here. We're gonna talk about how to look at auras, collective, how to spot auras. I'm gonna show y'all how to see an aura. Retreat for peace. When you're in the energy of frustration, like I said, if you find yourself angry, getting frustrated, getting about to get out of character here, as best as you can. If the situation provides for an exit, exit as soon as possible. Retreat for peace. Remove yourself from the situation. Don't even allow yourself to get to the point of frustration if you can help it. Sometimes we can't, and that's normal. Mermaid Infinity Rainbow. That's funny that I like your name, by the way. But that's what it looks like. You do the healing, you know what I mean? And it's funny, that's your name. And I picked up on this unicorn power. Then I said something about a rainbow aura. So, synchronicities, confirmation. Your story is your testimony, and it's going to make you millions. Maybe you might take this money that you win somewhere, money that you come across, and invest it in more of your self-care. Invest it in maybe writing a book. Start writing about your life. You can take your journals and make manuscripts out of them, and then you can turn that into a book, a biography. And you could share that. You can make a PDF version of it and share it. Have people purchase it. People love reading about other people's lives, especially when you're talking about your testimony, your trials and tribulations, you living through your trials and tribulations to be able to tell your story, your testimony here. And then you show up in this world in this healing type of energy with your heart space open here, radiating all glowy. Oh, people will eat that up. People always want to know how it is that you show up in the world looking like this. You don't look like what you've been through. You don't wear your pain. You don't wear your trauma. You wear your healing. You wear your glowing. You wear your winning. You wear your spiritual connection. You wear your beauty in a way where people don't see it. So when they see you in this glowy energy, masculine or feminine, you can write about that. You can write about what you've been through. This is what you call banking off of your pain and trauma. I don't think that this is supposed to be in here, but somebody said that they hid the way that they felt about you. Maybe it's because, trigger warning. Maybe it was because of the type of faith that you had. Maybe, like I said, maybe somebody is not used to whomever that is. Maybe somebody hid, or this could be a lot of people that hid the way they really felt about you, that they really liked you. They really saw you in that light. They saw your glowing. They wanted to acknowledge it, but they have no self-care. They haven't, you know what I'm saying? They haven't surrendered, released, healed to attract. They don't want to be the eyeball out. They don't want to be the one picked on or a part of the group that's the only one that can say, no, I actually like collective. I don't care. I don't know what y'all talking about, but I actually like collective. So this could be a lot of people, friends, families, lovers, exes, whomever, jobs, bosses. It could be anything. Anyone. Many people that hid how they felt about you because of your faith. Your faith to show up in this self-care energy, in this healing energy, in this peaceful energy. To have a smile through your face, especially if this is a person or these are people that know what you've been through and they see you smiling, not just see you smiling, you're wearing the joy on you. And they know everything that you've been through and they looking at you like, you're amazing. Some of you may have a child in the winter. Some of you may end up getting pregnant. and having a child in the winter time, in the winter months. So what is that? December through February. Somebody may be pregnant now and about to give birth. We are in the winter months still, so your debt is about to be paid off. Maybe that's what you might do with the money. It doesn't have to be the 17,000. That 17,000 can stand for anything. You may get a car that's worth 17,000. You may you may get $17,000 to move into a house, or you may get approved for a loan or something. Like the 17,000 can reference anything, right? But maybe this is going to be like a debt payoff or something. I don't know if anybody is going through bankruptcy, any type of debt consolidation, you know, if any of you are going through that. Maybe spirit, I feel like it could be for some of you that spirit is about to bless you with some money to pay off debt, or to pull out of that debt consolidation or bankruptcy. Some people, it's necessary for you to do that. That's not always, it depends on how much debt you have. Maybe this is the amount of debt that you have. Maybe it's going to pay, something is going to get paid off completely with that debt paid off here. And then spiritual teacher here. This could be an offer, like I said, a contract. Somebody may be offering you like an advance on a contract to be a spiritual teacher here. And you're going to use this, or you may be being guided to use that to pay off any debt. The debt payoff could be karmic debt. For those of you that have surrendered, released, healed, you're in the energy of attracting now. That means if you can only attract if your heart space is open, okay? And if you paid off your karmic debt. I just want people to know that. Ocean of love. I'm telling you, healing, creativity, and fertility. So for some of you, or most of you in the collective, healing is the big thing that kind of like opens the door for a lot of other things. It has opened your creativity up. Maybe some of you have tapped it back into some unused natural skills, talents, or gifts, you know? For some of you, it has cleared your womb space. So some of you could have been having pain in your root chakra, or I'm sorry, in your sacral chakra. Some of you could have had imbalanced sacral chakras, masculine or feminine. Okay? That healing, maybe that, you know, maybe you done got pregnant and you didn't think that you could again, or for the first time, or had a child here. Maybe some of you thought that you were sterile, masculine or feminine. That healing has put you in this very fertile energy. Attraction is the energy or frequency of attraction is a fertile energy. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Some of you could be moving to a new house. You finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. You know, and also for some of you, not all of you, this could be about a person. Because maybe you were a person who wore your pain at first, you know, or somebody's seen like how much wounds and trauma you were wrapped in, how much you had went through, how much you were going through. And this person could have been heavily energetically attracted to you. They could have loved you, because I'm getting heavy love energy here. But they were embarrassed by everything that you were going through. Like somebody didn't want to look like, and this is not to hurt nobody's feelings, but we gonna say it, you know. This person was not secure within themselves. Focus on self-care. This person was not secure within themselves. They would have never cared about what other people thought about you, what you were going through at the time when you encountered this person or was with this person. So they hid the way that they felt about you. because they didn't want to be made fun of for showing up like, I don't know, like, and this is not calling anybody any names, like Captain Save a Hoe, masculine or feminine. Because maybe this person has a past, and this is for some of you. Maybe this person has a past of showing up like Captain Saver, how always wanting to save someone, masculine or feminine. Always wanting to save someone going through something, especially if they think that you're beautiful, especially if you do something to their heart space, or they see you have a good heart here, and you could have just been going through a lot, or you could have been coming out of going through a lot, and somebody hid the way that they felt about you because others see this person or saw this person, and this person didn't want people to see them as Captain Save a Hoe. And I feel like this person has a past history of this, and it ends up biting them in the ass. I'd have found a better angle for this camera and for this stand, but you know, the message, positive news and a positive outcome. Doves are significant. Turtle doves are significant here. There's some type of good news coming towards you because you're in this energy of attraction. Also, be wary of people coming back around you or trying to rage bait you in to some type of frustration, snapping, going off, because that takes you out of the energy of attracting. Like, let's say you're on the vibrational frequency of attracting this positive outcome, this good news, a good message coming, money, abundance, something, a reward here, a win. And you're in this energy and you're attracting, and it's coming right towards you on that same frequency, and somebody pisses you off. This is what it looks like. Somebody pisses you off and you snap the fuck out. Like, or somebody frustrates you and you're tired of keeping it in here. Be wary of people rage baiting you, because what that will do, the moment that you snap out and your frequency is raised too low, boop, and here goes this attraction of news. It goes right past you because now somebody has allowed you to, or been able to successfully dip you, or I be losing words, y'all. Sometimes I don't have actual words for things that I want to say. I know what I'm saying, but you know. But remove you or lower you to a lower frequency, your manifestation goes right past you. That's how that goes. That's why, as much, some things we can't, some circumstances are unforeseen. We don't expect it. We don't see it coming here. We don't expect for, certain things to happen. That's normal. But for me, I just don't leave room for error, or as much error as if I can remove any type of room for error, even if it's a hairline crack in anything, I remove it. I don't leave room for error. I don't. I stop putting myself in positions for error, in environments for error to occur, around people who attract error or would allow for error to occur, being around them. I remove and shut the door, heal and seal any portal, cracks, crevices, leaks, anything that will allow error to seep in. And sometimes this does look like retreat for peace, being in hermit mode, not having real friends. And it's not the worst thing in the world sometimes, But that's for somebody. Somebody could be trying to come back around because they should have believed in you, collective. They should have believed in you. They should have believed. Somebody's seen your faith. Somebody's seen your faith. Through everything that you were going through, they seen you surrendering and releasing these things. They knew it was because of your faith. They seen you healing. They knew it was because of your faith. They seen you attracting, they knew it was because of your faith. They seen you beautiful and glowing, they knew it was because of your faith, but not just your faith, your heart. And you focusing on self-care. And this person could be wanting to come back around. And this for some of you, not all of you. Okay. The hidden path, the marriage of spirit and matter is at the bottom. That's the high priestess energy. Also with the healing energy. So imagine that you still harbor all this resentment, this hate, this chaos, this destructive energy, this trauma, these wounds. Your heart space is open. It doesn't, when you're harboring that and not releasing, surrendering to it, releasing it to the universe, to God, whatever your higher power is, to cleanse, purify, and renew that when you can't do it for yourself, because at a certain point we can't do it for it. It's kind of hard to do it for ourselves, but we start getting into the motions and used to it as we continue to surrender and release and heal, we start getting to the emotions of being able, this is transmutation of energy. That's what that is. So when our heart space is open, but we haven't surrendered, we're still harboring all these things in there. We're not at the lowest frequency level or vibrational level, but we're kind of like in the middle. Okay. Some higher than others. Okay. Don't look at where nobody else is, just yourself. Some higher than others. Let's say you're on this level and your energy, the vibrational frequency of attraction is all the way up here. Sometimes, a lot of the times with that surrender release, if you surrender and release a lot of energy, sometimes you get a key that allows you to, instead of you going through this line, this frequency, then here, then the frequency of attraction, a lot of the times we will be given a key as a token, as a reward for how much we've released. And this is how this happens. The more you release, the more you are rewarded. Okay. And instead of you having to go through all the motions of it taking a long time for you to get to the energy of attraction, right? Attracting the things that you are worthy of, that you feel like that you really, really want and desire. You'll get rewarded for releasing. The more you release, you'll get rewarded. Sometimes this reward can be considered a key. You take that key, you unlock a hidden path that allows you to take a shortcut through every other frequency. That's what this is. This is what this is talking about. The more you heal and release, and everybody is not going to go at the same rate. Some things take a long time to heal from. Some healing is contingent upon how strong our mind is. So we may need mental healing and mental clarity first before we can heal certain things in our life. Some things, it's a lot of healing. Some things is so deep, buried deep down, so traumatic, so dark, we can only release it at a little at a time, because if we release too much of it at a time, it will cause a shock factor in our spirit. And that will cause more of an imbalance than anything. We don't want to go too fast. We don't want to go too slow. We want to go at the rate and the pace that you are comfortable at. That's why we don't look at other people. We don't look around and say, hey, that person, they got the key, they got the reward, they took the shortcut already. We don't look around, because if you're focusing on someone else, you're not focusing on you. Focus on self-care. You're not focusing on you. But for a lot of you, the more you release, you build up the courage, you're clearing your mind more and more, okay? You're getting the courage to stand your ground here, to stand up for yourself, to actually be able to, if there's no one around to support you or give you kudos for overcoming, pat yourself on the back, finding that little bit of joy, you finding a reason to smile through traumatic situations, environments, situations. You finding that piece of joy, that's a form of healing. The more you release, the more you heal. The more you get, the more keys you get, the more shortcut paths you get to vibrational frequencies of abundance and attraction and prosperity, and then gratitude. Also, finding that joy through the trauma and stuff. People underestimate this. Being in that energy of appreciation and gratitude is a part of self-care. It's a part of healing. It's a part of self-control. And that is a cheat code. It's a cheat code. The energy of a gratitude and appreciation is a cheat code. Nobody gonna tell y'all this, but I am. It's a cheat code. It's like an ultimate cheat code. So, just so you know. And you can't, hold on, let me clarify this for the idiots in the back. You can't fake gratitude and appreciation. Nah, you ain't gonna fake, you're not gonna fake that vibrational frequency. And you can't do a spell work or no nothing. You cannot fake gratitude and appreciation. This is for the people that be happy to have a fucking meal during the day. Gratitude and appreciation. No, if you ain't never been through that, and this is not saying nobody that, if you haven't been through that, this not me talking about you. I'm talking about the people that look like, you know what I mean? Y'all know who I'm talking about. But if you've never been through not having something to eat for the day or days in on a time, and you don't know how grateful and appreciative you are when you get a fucking sandwich, you will never know what the energy of gratitude and appreciation is. If you have to sleep in the cold, no heat, no water, no hot water, no proper nothing, squat for people that squat in the house because they really don't have anywhere to live. And then you get a hotel room, and the hotel room raggedy and shit. And man, but that motherfucker got a raggedy ass working heater, a bed that's full of bed bugs. But you still grateful you ain't in the cold. You ain't squatting in the house in danger of getting hurt or harmed. You ain't out sleeping under a bridge or on the streets or in a park or on a bench. Those people be gratitude. That's gratitude and appreciation. It's a cheat code. The more grateful you are, the more things you find to be grateful, no matter what you have or don't have, the more things that you find to be grateful and appreciative of, and it be the smallest things, the smallest things. It cheats you. It allows you. We're talking about if you get rewarded for healing, for surrendering, releasing, and healing, you get a key rewarded. You get a shortcut. The energy of gratitude and appreciation. It's like a shortcut it's a shortcut through the shortcut. It's a cheat sheet for real. It may not even be a shortcut. That energy and gratitude and appreciation, the longer you stay in it, the longer you release, so you surrender, release, and heal. It's a cheat sheet for that. The longer you stay in the energy of gratitude and appreciation, you don't just go from this level to this level. You don't just get a shortcut. It's a cheat sheet that allows you to just jump to this level of attraction. It's a cheat sheet. It's a cheat code. It's a cheat sheet. Gratitude and appreciation. And some people, and I think that's the part of people wanting to knock the smile off your face because they don't know what gratitude and appreciation is. But also, it's hard for you to be grateful for the small things if you're not focused on self-care. People that don't care about themselves don't focus on the small things. They focus on everything that is wrong, everything that they don't have, everything that's going wrong, everything that somebody else has, everything that is outside of themselves. Okay? I noticed that. So again, like I said in the beginning, how I show up in this world, I remember that when people come to me, people don't have no reason to fuck with me, bro. Like, for real. People have absolutely no reason to bother me. But they still come for me. They still be on the bullshit collective. They still be on a bullshit. So when they show up to me in this energy, I continue to be kind, my kind self. It's not that I'm dumb, gullible, or naive. I know you showing up to me, knowing I have done nothing to you, knowing that you have no reason to come to me in any type of energy other than I'm showing up to you, but you want to come and knock the smile off my face. That let me know a lot about you, not about me. It tells me a lot about you. This is how I collect data. This is how I observe people all the time. It tells me a lot about you. Your home life must be very miserable. You have a man or a woman. Your relationship is probably miserable. Y'all probably cheat on each other a lot, or at least you get cheated on a lot. If you have children, they're all out of control. You have no structure, no discipline in your house. You don't run a tight ship. You have no schedules in your house. Things are probably out of whack. That lets me know that you probably sleep a lot. Any chance that you can get, because you probably work really hard to stay away from home life, you know, or you probably work a lot of hours, which means you get lack of sleep. That means that when you do sleep, you sleep long periods of time. That means that a lot of stuff goes undone. You let a lot of stuff go, you know? But also that tells me that your mental capacity is not, your mental thinking, your thinking is not at full capacity because it's not clear, because you have a lot of clutter in your head. It doesn't allow for you to think clearly and sift through all the bullshit because of how miserable your home life is, right? This is what I know when you come towards me. You're willing to do. You're also a person that is susceptible to easily betray people. You have no loyalty. You're probably more than likely not an honest person. You know, which means you probably do a lot of other dirty, crooked shit out here in this world that tells me that. You know, you're miserable on the inside. That's what I know. That's what that tells me about those people. You probably do anything for $1, and I mean anything. And I won't ever underestimate anyone for what they will do for the mighty dollar. Because you think that maybe if you just get your money up, you can move around from a situation, you can leave a relationship, you can leave an environment. If you get your money up, you can buy happiness with the clothes that you wear. You probably spend excessive amounts of money on frivolous material things that depreciate in value as soon as you buy them and leave from the store or drive off the lot with them. Because you want to fill voids. But the void is never filled. So you continue to do ugly things, baneful things, distasteful things behind closed doors. That's what I know about people when they come towards me, knowing how I show up like this. And you think that when I came to that realization, I stopped giving a fuck about what people care and think. Therefore, I no longer care what people like. I really don't give a shit. Like, I say this in the most sarcastic way, but I'm being real honest. Like, I really don't give a shit. Now, as I've come to that conclusion about the people that have done to me what they have done to me and who they are and what they really must go through on the inside, bro, like at home, like behind closed doors, like it says a lot about it. You have told me a lot about you just from your act of you coming towards me to deceive me, betray me. You have told me a lot about yourself. This is how you read people fulfill. This is how you tap into discernment. And I'm showing up to you kind. So you ain't nobody worth needing validation from. The fuck am I trying to get your validation or get your recognition for? You not no fucking, like, you don't even, and I don't even think low of these people. I give people grace. It's that they think low of themselves. Why the fuck do I need validation from you? Coming to the conclusion of all of that. And These fell in the reverse, but I don't take these cards in the reverse. This is my fairy deck, by the way, and I forget the other deck. Um, this is my Earth Mother deck, or Gaia. This is called my Gaia deck. So we have Ganesh. Remember what I said about the energy of gratitude and appreciation being a cheat code? It allows you to hop. It don't have to give you the unlocking of a hidden path, or a shortcut. It's a cheat code that allows you to quantum. This is what you call quantum leaping or jumping. We have Ganesh. Ashe to Ganesh. Look, clearing away obstacles, protection, and guidance. That's another thing. Gratitude and appreciation, it bumps up your protection. It bumps up your awareness. It bumps up. It even opens your heart space even more. It makes your heart lighter. And again, you you surrender faster, you release faster, you heal faster, and you attract faster. So again, when people that come towards me and be like, what the fuck do I need your validation from? Like, oh, okay, you came to play in my face for a couple of dollars somebody gave you because they told you to come towards me. Like, oh, okay. Like, whoa, I know you're miserable. That must be miserable. It must be really, really miserable. Can't make it up. There's healing. Healing. Reconnecting with your true nature. I'm going to get a few more from here. Do a few more from this deck. I know it's long, collective. I ain't planning on doing a video this long, but again, I didn't get to do my reading for the collective earlier, so I may just cut this one short and do another one.
They changed the time again.
To what time?
12.
So you gotta be at the school as well. Don't you think you need to be going to sleep, getting some rest?
Nah, I guess so. We don't play till like 3.
I don't care. You still need some sleep. Walking around here. But let me wear them Ugg house shoes. Them look cute on my feet. You need to do some research here. Or Spirit is giving you the cheat codes. Again, with that do research here, you may need to start practicing and trying to implement being in the energy of gratitude, Research more on different healing methods. Different healing methods. There are many here. The obstacle is going to be cleared for if you ever had a problem like looking into different alternative healing methods, and this could be like holistic methods, this could be herbal methods, this could be it could be anything, frequency music, it could be anything, something that you look into, you heard a lot about it here. Or it came highly recommended to someone, behind closed doors, Somebody threw you a little gem or something. The obstacle is being cleared. Your path was hidden. There was a bush in the way, but the bush was you needed to surrender and release. But you be having trouble with it. So Ganesh is coming through. The energy of Ganesh is coming through to kind of like clear this bush, this like overgrown bush or something, vines, all that from in front of a hidden, that will reveal a hidden path that is a shortcut to you to get on this inner this vibrational frequency of attracting or being on this vibrational frequency for what is coming towards you. And this could be money, this could be a contract, this could be a book deal as well, this could be a date, this could be a partnership, this could be an actual retreat for peace. You could want to go on a retreat, a healing retreat here. You maybe don't have the money, or you don't have enough money saved up for how much it costs. It could be very private or exclusive here. Like this is like invite only, maybe something like that here. You could be getting invited for a retreat for peace here. But this is going to blow you out of the water, bro. This is going to, or sis, that would definitely be nice. One of those peace retreats, one of those shaman retreats. A whole song just came into my head. Been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know why I hear the whole song. That's for somebody in the collective, not all of you. Everything is okay, collective. You are in this energy of creation. You also may not know, you may notice that you have this glow about yourself. You may notice that you are getting an overwhelmingly amount of attention. You could have a person already in your energy. It could be this person that hid how they felt about you. So let me tell y'all something. I was at the revenue office yesterday. And I'm in there and I'm talking to my classmate, right? And he a dude. And I go to class with nothing. It's nothing but all dudes, right? And so, majority of them, they have women. Ain't nobody going to class to try to holler at nobody. We too grown up in here trying to handle business and do stuff in our life. Like, nobody trying to holler at nobody. But, so I'm at the revenue office and I'm talking to my classmate and shit. And, like, we sitting up there kiki cowing and stuff. We're not flirting or nothing. We're talking about school shit and whatever. So, all of a sudden, I hear real loud in my head, go sit your friendly ass down somewhere. And I'm like, and there wasn't nobody next to me, collective. I don't know. That's for some. And, like, it tickled the hell out of me because I'm like, and my classmate like, why you looking like that? And I'm like, nothing. Like, that's too many. And they all fell on the floor. Your desire is within reach, collective. But I heard that clear as day, like, go sit your friendly ass down. Like, and it wasn't real mean. It wasn't loud. It was like, go sit your friendly ass down. That's what I heard. Like, bro, and I'm like, my classmate, like, you all right? Like, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I'm cool. But don't nobody be on, like, no hollering shit, like, going to class. Like, everybody that I go to class with is way too grown for that. People trying to do some shit to make a living here. And it could be any class. So, for you fakers in the back and for you ones that want to throw spell work, I could be going to jujitsu for all you fucking know. Don't even play with me. And that may be significant. Somebody may be practicing jujitsu. Capoeira. Give me 3 more. I could be going to class for CPR. Like, don't play with me. I wish somebody would try to throw magic at some shit. Cause I can be going to class learning how to kick a bitch ass or something. You never know. So we have 9 of Hearts. That's a good thing. 9 of Hearts. Fulfillment, harmony, and Protection. You got a lot of protection out here, collective. You have a lot of protection here. On this path, this path that is being revealed to you here, something that's going to come out of nowhere. You don't see it, and the reason why this path had all this brush or clear, had. Also, when you get frustrated and you do this, you're calming your third eye and you're awakening your third eye to release extra energy or power to lessen the frustration. I hope people know that. Something been yours. Something been a win. It could be a lawsuit. It could be a lawsuit. It could be a custody case. It could be something. You've been on something. It hasn't been revealed to you because there's been all this clutter, this debris, all this stuff over this path or over this windfall of money. It's been all over it. And the reason why is because that shit had to be cleared away. It was so much that people or a person or the courts or whomever, the police, whomever, had to cut through. They had to cut through a jungle and they found a hidden path and to reveal this path. That's that Ganesha energy. Because I want to show you how this path looks like it ends up here. See it? There's a big fertile tree in the clearing of this path. Like you take this path and then you come into a clearing in the middle and there's this big fertile tree. And that's your abundance. That's your prosperity here. But this path was also, we can consider this stuff that was over it. If this is like healing, like some reason why you didn't know why. Like if you didn't know why you couldn't release certain things and heal through it. Like it was too hard no matter what you tried to do. It's because all that brush, all that overgrowth, it acted as a protective shield so nobody else could find this shortcut path to a tree that's meant only for you. And the tree is on the frequency of attraction, right? Or vice versa. Like, I can tell y'all this many ways because it could go many different ways, but I can tell y'all this like 6 different ways for different groups of you in the collective. Okay. But we have remembrance, resurfacing of your past feelings or emotions. I'm telling you, this is what this is. It's like some past emotions, trauma, relief, grief or whatever. You couldn't let it go. It's like no matter what you try to, if you've been on your journey for a long time and this one thing is like this one little something that's in your way. And you notice what's blocking you from being in this energy of attraction, right? Or on the frequency of attraction. Like you haven't been able to release whatever this is, but that acted as a protective shield. It wasn't time for you to release this. There is a locking mechanism here that pertains to your healing or this releasing to this particular thing. You've already surrendered to it. And that could be where the frustration is coming from. You could be the person that hid how you felt about someone in the collective. And you can be frustrated because you're trying to release a situation, an emotion, a trauma, or something here. Some karma. You're trying to release it, but you haven't been able to. You haven't been allowed to because it wasn't time. That was acting as a protective shield for you. Now, Ganesh is finna clear that from you. It's going to, one day, you're going to wake up. It could be tomorrow. It could be tonight. It could be in the middle of the night. It could be any time. You're going to wake up and it's going to be like something dissipates. There is this level of heaviness, whatever plagued you, whatever bothered you, whatever had you in your head. You can get a lot of migraines. Those migraines are going to be gone. Again, continue to go to your healthcare professional or your primary care physician, as I am not a doctor. This is strictly off of opinion, of shared experience. But your headache, it is going to be gone. This could be the weight of a pressure on your head. This headache, these migraines that are coming from you worrying about releasing something, but you not being able to release that. It was a protective shield. Now it's about to be clear, and you're going to feel so light. I heard morally fulfilled. Some of you definitely could be getting offered a book deal or being called to start writing about what you've been through in your life and what you've survived. Some of you definitely could be being called to do that. You can even create an instruction guide on how you did certain things. This could make you a lot of money. This could land you sometimes. You could become some type of spiritual teacher that writes an instruction manual on the different techniques and methods people can use to heal, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. Because mind you, even you writing this down and sharing it, what didn't work for you doesn't mean that it won't work for someone else. Shared experiences really, really, really help us heal ourselves as well as one another. And this is why I said back to the beginning. Like, come on now, y'all. Back to the beginning. For a lot of us, the majority of us, we're only going to do so much healing to a certain point by ourselves, to a certain point. Past that point, beyond that point, the healing is required. It's a group effort. So soul tribes are about to come together, connect. You're going to start coming across a lot of people, meeting a lot of people genuinely like you. And they don't have to be the same sign. They don't have to be from the same walk of life. They don't have to be from the same side of the tracks. There's going to be people that are like you energetically, spiritually, inside, morally, okay? Heart chakra wise. This is the last one. We have night wind here. You're going to change. There's going to be a changing overnight. Whatever fear you have, facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. Bro, it's hella healing out here. A lot of healing, a lot of protection, but there's a releasing of fear, and you're gonna feel this physically. Your spirit, this is because your spirit is going to be lighter. The releasing of this. And again, this could happen tonight. This could happen overnight. This could, in the morning, you could wake up feeling completely different. Man, listen, be yourself. Be yourself. You're going to wake up feeling completely different. This is going to be the first time that you ever felt at home within yourself, or felt like yourself, or getting like, I feel like myself today. Like, and it's going to be a high vibrational, joyful feeling. You're going to have like a lot of energy too. So don't squander it. Also with this, a lot of energy, this is like your caboose on your rocket. I don't know if that's called a fucking caboose. It's called the rocket takes off and then it gets so high in the atmosphere. We're not about to do that. Like, I'm lying with that whole rocket thing, but that's a story for other days. We'll talk about that, how that is a whole fucking scam. But you know how it gets to it's called a booster, the rocket booster. You got the rocket launcher, and then you got the booster where the bottom part falls away, and then it gets that boost kick. This is that new boost of energy is for that, for you to quantum leap. That's for some of you. For some of you, it is the reward, the key that unlocks a shortcut to the frequency of attraction. Because there is something on the energy of attraction coming towards you. It is important to keep your temper. Remove anything that looks like that it allows for room for error at this time. At least for the next, it could be 7 days, 7 weeks. I don't feel like it's 7 months, because We can assume that somebody gonna snap the fuck out. 7 months? Yeah, nah, I don't know. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But 7 days or 7 weeks. Okay. Yeah. So, collective, that is going to be all for this particular read. I know it lasted longer than usual. I just felt like that I needed to drop that gem to y'all. I just felt like talking, you know. Y'all are my adult entertainment and friends. This is what I do. I go handle my business throughout the day. I make sure I'm productive. I come home. I don't go anywhere. And like they was like, oh, you ain't going to the casino? Like, no, no, no. Not with nobody I go to school with. That's strictly business. Like, and maybe I'm being a little bit stern, being a little bit, overly protective. I gotta open myself up. We cool at school and stuff. I just don't go out. And if I do, I go somewhere with my children. We go get something to eat, something like that. But other than me handling business, like I be in this house, bro. I be in this house because I be trying to, again, remove any energies of me possibly snapping out on anybody, you know. And I just don't. I don't want to mix that, right? I don't want to go to the casino with people that, that I do class with or whatever, like that I'm around, like for that's business. That's really on some business shit. I'm not going out with those people. Anything can happen. People get drunk at the casinos. They get to acting a fool. People want to start hitting on you. Then they want to start, like I'm not putting myself in that position. I'm not. So, um, yeah, that was it for the Read Collective. I hope this helped you. The message helped you wherever you are in your life. And I'm going to release y'all energies back to y'all to your respective places. Y'all have a good night's sleep. I came home and I took me like a 2 hour nap and it felt, I don't know. I might go back to sleep. I might do another read. Hopefully the next read can be shorter. But I like that message. I like the way that went, you know. Cause I be trying to. I have been trying desperately to steer away from the karmic messages, but whatever divine guides me, whatever message they devise, somebody is devising something. Anyways, collective, I will see you guys on the next one. Thank y'all for liking, watching, sharing, and subscribing, tuning in and tapping in. Yeah, I'll see y'all on the next one, collective. Peace.